Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we are doing a few stories in my 6x8 story album. I think I have 3 on my desk right now. So one here, yeah, 2 which I haven't really worked all the way out, but I know there's a lot of journaling, and then this one is 3 with this clear piece of transparency. Right, yeah. So let's get started. So one is going to be about making handprint cards for every Mother's Day and Father's Day. I've been doing it since she was a baby, and I don't think I ever have written about it other than like in my project life saying that we made cards for the grandparents and stuff. And even in the Mother's Day one, I have to figure out how to incorporate, they were ladybugs, so I have to put the eyes on there. So pizzas for the dads and ladybugs for the grandmas. So it'll be maybe a pocket page, I haven't decided. So that one's about the handprint card and how we do it. This one's going to be a fun double page layout. Here was the state of her room packing for vacation. And so the acetate, I might have to get another size one. I feel like this one is cut too small. The acetate is gonna hold the 1, 2, 3. This is from the Enjoy story kit. So I'm trying to block it just right where not too much is going to be disrupted. So 1, 2, and I'm trying to think if all of them will fit. It might just be, oh no, I know what I wanted. I wanted 3 in the front, right? And then to talk about what we see over here. So just kind of labeling things like her bunk bed and, you know, the books that we were taking and stuff. And then have it be able to flip over wherever those are at, 1, 2, 3, and then have 4, 5, and 6, and then talk about this picture. So I thought having the acetate, because I thought about having it on the photo, but then it would permanently block, you know, some of the things in the photo, which I just didn't want. Like, it could have been like this too, you know what I mean? So if you could do this, it could have done that, because enough is still showing, but I mean, it could still do this, you know. Okay, so we'll make that decision. I just thought I wanted the acetate so that it didn't have to interfere with the photo itself. That's that one. And then this one has a lot of pieces, which is why this is sitting on it. My daughter draws often, and she had cut out the other day me and her from a piece of paper. So I just wanted to find a selfie picture. So these are her drawings that she draws out. That's her with her hair, and me with, oop, she drew the dogs. This one was cut very delicately. Me always with my hair bun. This is how she draws me every single time, because I usually wear a hair bun. So then the ephemera pieces are all from this collection. Was it this one? No, it was Sweet Rush. So I have Vicky Boot Sweet Rush. I just kind of was trying to make a scene, and we will put it together as if she drew it like that. And then she drew the dogs. Or I can't remember if these are the dogs or if these are just our unicorns. I can't remember what she said. But we're going to make a little scene and keep this in the book. And I just wanted them like that. So let's get creating. And actually for this one, I need to figure out how I'm going to include journaling. I may have to do like that slit one and then put a tag in there or something. Or maybe journaling can just sit right there. But let's get creating so that you can come along with the creative process. Okay, let's get started putting together the one with the Valentina drawings. So like I had mentioned, she draws us in these little character forms, and with everyone has a like triangle dress. So when she cuts them out, they're just like the most fragile thing right at the neck, because they have no neck. It's just where a circle meets a triangle, and she's cutting it out. I did keep a bunch of them. If you follow me for my school year inserts in the Heidi Swap storyline chapters that I use to document like things just about her and school, I kept like 2 or 3 in that flip through, if you saw it, just to mark like her drawings. You know, I was a big, you know, drawer. Clearly I'm crafty as a kid, and I remember like as I went through like high school and stuff, it was, believe it or not, it was my concentration, and I thought forever I was going to go to art school. But I always said, at least at 18 or 19, like when you first started taking like AP art or, you know, figure drawing 1, sometimes the idea of like deadlines that's like, read this poem, interpret it, and your painting or project is due Friday, scared me to death as a teenager. So I didn't go to art school truly based on that, and like deadlines with creativity was something I just thought I couldn't like do for 4 years. That's just me. And clearly now I can, manage it, when I do design team work and stuff. But it's just funny how when you have a 18-year-old mindset, what you think you can and cannot do. So here I am just trying to figure out a title piece. This thicker collection is called Good Stuff from Simple Stories. And then this other one I play around with and audition is from Vicki Boutin. I don't remember the collection, but it is a Vicki Boutin one. And so I'm looking for something to put on my full page photo. Just a selfie. I think the selfie was, honestly, it was when we were in the backyard doing sidewalk chalk. The sun had just been good and we took a selfie, and that's what I remember from that picture. And of course the dogs were bothering us because Maui steals the chalk, and Moana, was scratching at it and messing up our drawing on the sidewalk. So I went with big smiles for the Vicki Boutin. And then, like I said, I did the little scene for the left side, and I don't show you on camera, but you'll see in the outro is that I just do a journaling paragraph on like a 4x6 card on acetate 4x6, and then just kind of punch the 3 holes for the lower section. And in essence, just writing out everything I had just shared with you about what I remember from the photo being taken, and us doing that. And clearly she always draws me, I always tease with this like black circle on top, and that's always my hair bun, because clearly in her eyes I wear no other hairstyle, which I'll be honest, I even cut my hair short not too long ago, like shorter, and bought all new gel and hair products and stuff because I have really curly hair. And I think I wore my hair in the intended haircut fashion because I gave myself like these curtain bangs and stuff. Like maybe 3 times so far, and I still just managed because it was always important to keep my hair in a ponytail, and it's still just in a ponytail. I'm so lazy when it comes to my hair. Moving on. So here we are using the Enjoy Story Kit from Ali Edwards, these big number tags, and the title piece that I cut out from this card right now are all from that kit. And it was a great, this turned out great. Like, I love these like double page layouts that I can span over 2 pages in my 6x8. Definitely a fun technique that I think I do show you on my channel from time to time. And I know I have a video where I show you how I, in essence, created the highlights. It's a horizontal photo that when I open up into a like collage app, and I always use the app Moldiv, I just zhuzh it over like far left and save a copy of it as a portrait to get the left side, and then I save that, and then I just take the same motion and zhuzh it over to the right and then save that as a portrait. So in essence it's cutting it down the middle. Usually I have to kind of tweak it a little bit, and then I just print both of them out as vertical photos, and that's how I get this to be the way it is. I also do the app print to size, which is how you see a white border, because I already sized it down to be 7 and 8 by a quarter. That way I don't waste ink while doing it for my thing, for my albums and my storytelling. So this one right here, as I was explaining, it's just like her state of the room. This was like right before she went away with grandma and grandpa for the month of July and summer break, and so she's packing up, and I try to limit her to like 1 suitcase. We made her outfits, we folded them into each other, we packed, I think we sent her with like 10 outfits, knowing that they could do laundry. But my child definitely packed as if she was moving out. I mean, because obviously we're just driving her down to her grandparents' house, which is in Coral Springs, which for us, it's like about an hour south of us from West Palm Beach. And, obviously we packed the car. Like, we just had like, the little disposable bags from like, TJ Maxx and Ross, not disposable, reusable, with a bag with Squishmallows and her favorite sleeping blanket. And then we had a bag of, her snacks and stuff that we know that she likes, so we're just clearing out our pantry. And then she insisted, and then I insisted too, because I bought over a lot of board games for the kids to play together, like Sorry and Trouble, and what else do we have, like Blockus, and like 2 puzzles that they could do together, and a bunch of other things that are like done with multiple players. So that was also there. So we were moving in. So overall, like, I wanted to show that mass of destruction in her room. And the 1 through 5 cards were blocking it. So I told you I thought about putting acetate, but in the end I just decided to block out the photo because still plenty was seen. So what I am doing though is putting vellum right here behind the Enjoy Today, right along the holes. I just kind of liked the way that looked. For some reason, after like moving everything around, you saw me just audition. Does it look good here? Does it look good there? Those things happen for me too as a memory keeper. Like I, have a thought, but it doesn't always look good, initially. And then when you go ahead and execute it, you're like, and this is what I call like auditioning. Does it look good here? Let me zhuzh it over a little bit. Let me swap out a piece. This is part of the process. This is part that I actually enjoy, is just kind of what's the best that can be done. And even so, if any of those other moments where it looked good to you, use your products and copy it in that motion, even though I auditioned it, and use it, because that's the whole like point of watching some of these process videos, is to have it spark your creativity, spark you for a story, spark you to use the products in a way that maybe I hadn't thought of, or that I ruled out as not balanced or something. My ruling out is just me looking at it, while I work. And sometimes too, I will say, sometimes when I look through the camera at my desk, things look better than I think they do in real life, so that happens too, where you have creative remorse. And it's just part of the process. So I do these to always just show you to use your products, to gain an idea, to not be afraid to block out, in this case, block out some of that photo, because enough can still be seen for her age 6 summer after finishing kindergarten, what she's into. I mean, we have a bunk bed, we have a million squishmallows, she has a huge unicorn piggy bank that you can see right there. You can see the collection of toys, you can see a step stool, and her bed's not made in this picture, so things that mark the time, which I think is why we all scrapbook, right? So here I am going into the next story. I have never documented us doing these handprint cards, and I've done them seriously ever since she was a baby. When she was a baby, I still put paint in her hands and squished her hand on cardstock, and we made it. And the first ones I made for the mothers were strawberries for the girls, and for the boys, I think, what did they get that first year? You know what? I'm actually even drawing a blank. I just remember the strawberries for the mothers. So this year, Dad's got pizzas and we got ladybugs. And I've done them every year. So right now, I'm just thumbing around. This is a Vicky Bouton collection to kind of take out. I forgot what collection this is too. Hers kind of blend together in my head. That's so awful to say, but they kind of do. But this one had the craft supplies, as you can clearly see. I'm using one of the paint brushes. I will use one of those paint tubes, and this little barrel cup of colored pencils I do also use. However, the thicker that I use, this foam thickers or title piece, is from the sketchbook collection. I believe that one's from American Crafts with the Bay Valiant. It wasn't Vicky Bouton using that title. But then I do bust out some alphas from Elf Studio. Oh, I forgot the name. It's dawning on me right now. But it's the one that is just the outline. I recently had purchased this one, and they do have the colored inside, but I think I just have the outline. And so I'm doing this whole stamping of a title, and then a flip up I also made. I will say, when you watch the outro, the journaling is not done, because I definitely want to make the journaling, and do I have it done yet? I think I do have it. No, I don't have it done, because I know what I wanted to do is exactly why it's dawning on me. Go back into my albums and know what I did for Grandma, the grandmas, for Mother's Day, I should say, with the strawberry the first year, and what I did for the dads, and what I did the next year, and what I did, the following year, so that I remember all of it. You can see right there, I also just spelt my word wrong. Thankfully, I had more of that cardstock to cut up. Stamping and spelling is always going to be a downfall of mine. I read a lot, but sometimes in my head I get things backwards, and I don't even know how I spelled that incorrectly, but that is what it is. So it's just a tradition that I was able to mark with this layout, because I hadn't yet, and I want to go back and mark what every character the parents got for these holidays. Okay, that will finish up these 3 layouts. So this one I put in my All About Me album, and I was able to do the journaling on a piece of polka dot vellum that I kind of cut into a, I guess, 7x4-ish, and then I did the clear matte sticker paper on top. It's a little difficult to read one on there, but if you bring it up and everything else, like I said, I had to figure out some way to put journaling, and I just did not think that far ahead. So alone, it's like that, and then the journaling is just an insert, which is totally okay. It works. Then we have this one finished. It was actually, I made at the beginning of another installment of my albums. The other one was getting just too thick, so we made it to the first page. I did end up just keeping it all on the photos. It turned out great. And the fussy cutting. This is using the Enjoy Story Kit from Allie Edwards. And then finally we have this one where I put it into an opening in my volume 4 album. So this one will be in here. This one is missing the journaling in here so far. I have the cards ready. I just haven't printed it yet because it's on clear sticker paper. And you know how I always like to print out a full sheet. And then just a demonstration of what the Mother's Day, and then having the picture of her making the Father's Day from this year. So it is in here in a perfect spot actually for this album because there was a hole there still. So that turned out perfectly. Thank you so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel. And until next time, everyone, bye.